Hey, sixth grade, today we're going to learn about transitions and how to add them into our expository writing. You'll remember that we talked a lot about transitions when we were working on our narratives, but for expository, transitions are just as important, if not more important. You'll notice on our rubric that our transitions are kind of built into the organization section. It's called organization and progression. Progression just means the way that your story moves or flows, and transitions is how we get our story to flow or progress effectively. So a 2, which would be the worst score you could get for transition, would be your lack of transitions makes the essay illogical or kind of hard to follow. Transitions are weak or basic. That means that you have transitions like first, next, then, finally. You know, the basic kind that we used when we were second and third graders. A 4 is a great score to get. Your transitions are mostly meaningful and are present. So you have transitions throughout your paper and most of them add meaning to your essay. A 5 is the above and beyond, strong, meaningful transitions that enhance the flow of your essay. So these transitions are strong and actually impact how your essay kind of goes together. So in the expository writing folder, I have added in that same page on transitions that we used when we were learning about narratives. Okay, so a lot of these at the beginning here, the common transitions, are really going to be for more narrative-y type of writings. The ones we're really going to focus on for expository are these that have to do with adding information, because we're going to be adding specific facts and details to support our claims. Showing opposition is going to really help us out with that jerk voice. Some good ones in there. Giving examples is going to be extremely important. Okay, these are all really great ones you can use. And to show time, we're not going to use because that's more for narratives. So the ones you're going to focus on for expository are in the middle here. Okay. All of these that help you give examples, show opposition, or add information. So on my narrative story, sorry, not my narrative, my expository essay, I have it all set up, but I don't have any transitions in yet. So I want to add some. I'm not going to add any to my ENT paragraph because I really don't need any there. But then when I start to get into details and start to prove my topic sentences, it's a great way to help the essay really flow. So let's look at this first paragraph. Reading can make you laugh. Authors work hard to make characters that are hilarious. These characters sometimes do really funny things. In Wayside School, one of the characters, Paul, has an obsession with pigtails. He can't help but pull them and it makes me laugh out loud. Another book I love to read when I need a good laugh is Close Encounters of the Third Grade Kind by Philip Doan. These stories about being a teacher speak to me and I can't help but crack up. Okay, so one place I can add a transition really easily is right here before I give my first example. Instead of just going into it, I can add in the transition for example. Okay, this actually just helps me connect these two thoughts. So these characters sometimes do really funny things. For example, so now I'm telling you with this transition that I'm about to give you example of how characters do really funny things. Okay, now for my next paragraph here, I can add a transition in about adding information because now I'm giving another reason. So I can say, in addition, let's add that one in. In addition, reading can take you to faraway places. Okay, it shows that I'm adding in another reason. Okay, now if I want to add in a transition to show opposition, I need to find a spot in my expository essay where I kind of used my jerk voice, which I did right here. Okay, reading can make you smarter, not like video games, which might make you less smart. So I can change that around and instead use a transition to show opposition, like unlike. So I'm going to change this whole sentence and I'm going to make it, unlike video games, reading can make you smarter. And then I can take this whole end of the sentence out because I added that transition in to add that same meaning. Okay, so when you add in transitions like these that have meaning to them, that's where you're going to bump yourself up to the 5, where you can really beef up your essay and make every word specific and intentional and make it count. Your job today is to take your expository essay and go ahead and play with transitions and adding some in. Work together on this. Look at each other's, use the transition list to try and find some that can add meaning to your essay as you go. Okay, I can't wait to see these when I come back and look at all the great transitions that you've put in. Have a great day and do well on your writing.